Every year, millions tune in to watch the Super Bowl halftime show. From dazzling performances to jaw-dropping stage designs, it's a spectacle that has become an integral part of pop culture. But behind the glitz and glamour lies a web of secrets, controversies, and corporate agendas. This is the dark truth behind Super Bowl halftime shows. Segment 1. The history of the halftime show. The Super Bowl halftime show wasn't always the global phenomenon we know today. In its early years, the halftime slot featured marching bands, community groups, and even a few stunt acts. It wasn't until the 1990s, with Michael Jackson's legendary performance in 1993, that the show transformed into a multi-million-dollar production. But how did we get here? In the 1960s and 1970s, halftime shows leaned heavily on university and high school marching bands. The performances reflected the collegiate spirit of football and featured precision drills and musical tributes. For example, the very first Super Bowl in 1967 highlighted the University of Arizona and Grambling State University bands. By the 1970s, themed halftime shows began to emerge. These included unique tributes to cultural icons and events. In 1972, Super Bowl VI featured a Salute to Louis Armstrong, starring Ella Fitzgerald and Al Hirt. 5 years later, in 1977, Super Bowl XI paid homage to Disney with a whimsical performance featuring Mickey Mouse and friends. In the 1980s, the NFL experimented with more elaborate productions. Up With People, a group known for their choreographed musical performances, headlined multiple shows, including 1986's Beat of the Future. The final Super Bowl of the decade, in 1990, celebrated the 40th anniversary of Peanuts with a tribute to Charles M. Schulz, blending nostalgia and family-friendly entertainment. The turning point came in 1991 with Super Bowl XXV. For the first time, the halftime show sought to target younger, mainstream audiences, bringing in new kids on the block to headline the performance. It was clear the NFL was beginning to see the potential for halftime shows to be more than just filler. They could be a cultural event. Then, in 1993, everything changed. Michael Jackson's performance at Super Bowl XXVII set the standard for the modern halftime show. With elaborate choreography, pyrotechnics, and an audience participation segment, it was the moment when the halftime show became a must-watch event, forever altering its trajectory. Segment 2. The hidden costs of free performances and artists performing on elaborate stages. One of the biggest misconceptions about the Super Bowl halftime show is that performers are paid millions. The truth? Most artists perform for free. Yes, you heard that right. Free. The NFL covers production costs, but the artists themselves are compensated with exposure. But why would global superstars agree to this? Because performing at the Super Bowl can lead to massive spikes in music sales, streaming numbers, and brand deals. However, there's a catch. The artists often have to foot the bill for some production elements, leaving them to absorb unexpected costs. Some notable examples include Beyoncé in 2013, whose powerful performance with Destiny's Child led to a surge in her album sales. Bruno Mars's 2014 halftime show solidified his status as a major live performer. Lady Gaga's unforgettable 2017 set boosted her album Joanne and digital track sales. Coldplay's 2016 appearance, featuring collaborations with Beyoncé and Bruno Mars, further expanded their global reach. And then there's The Weeknd in 2021, who spent $7 million of his own money to ensure his vision came to life. Segment 3. The PR stunts and controversies. The Super Bowl halftime show is no stranger to controversy. Janet Jackson and Justin Timberlake's infamous wardrobe malfunction in 2004 led to widespread backlash and tighter broadcasting regulations. But what if we told you that some of these controversies might not be as accidental as they seem? Critics argue that these incidents often serve as PR stunts, creating buzz and ensuring the halftime show stays at the center of public conversation. And let's not forget the political undertones. Many performances have sparked debates over social and political messaging, leading to divided audiences and heightened media attention. Segment 4. Corporate agendas and sponsorships. Behind every Super Bowl halftime show is a series of corporate deals. From Pepsi's long-standing sponsorship to the NFL's strict branding rules, the halftime show is less about art and more about selling a product. Even the song choices and guest performers are often influenced by record labels and corporate interests. It's not just about entertaining the audience, it's about promoting the right image, product, or agenda. Segment 5. The environmental impact. Another dark truth often overlooked is the environmental cost of these extravagant productions. The massive use of pyrotechnics, lighting rigs, and transportation contributes to a significant carbon footprint. While some artists and organizations have pledged to offset these impacts, the industry as a whole has a long way to go. Conclusion. Closing thoughts. Super Bowl halftime show remains a cultural milestone, a blend of art, commerce, and spectacle. But it's important to look beyond the surface. By understanding the hidden costs and agendas, we can appreciate the performance for what it truly is, a carefully crafted illusion. What do you think? Is the halftime show worth the price, or is it time to rethink this iconic tradition? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more deep dives into the stories you won't hear anywhere else.